It's been clear that the president and his family have been profiting hugely during Mr. Trump's first year in office. But today, the New York Times editorial board published an estimate of just how much they've raked in over the past 12 months.
So you're telling me that this reality star turned president and his family have only enriched themselves further since he took office? I'm shocked.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Now, the New York Times just put forward an investigative piece that showed just how corrupt Trump is, just how big the grift is. As we know, and we've been reporting, he's been trying to make money over sitting in that Oval Office. Well, according to the New York Times, he has made $1.4 billion just this 1 year since he has held office. So much more than amounts he made from his prior ventures, such as his reality TV show, The Apprentice, and any other businesses combined. He has made 1 year over the fact that he's borrowing power given to him, unfortunately, by the majority of the American people. Now, they say and make a point of saying this is only money that they can actually account for. Never mind all the corporate grift that we see that they're not counting. The amount that they are counting comes up to about $23 million from Trump licensing his name overseas since his reelection. Only since his reelection, $23 million. Now, the problem of that, of course, is that a lot of that has to involve foreign governments. They have to approve these licenses. So you have Trump dealing with foreign affairs and at the same time making money off of which of those governments approve licenses that he makes money for. Then you have $28 million that Amazon paid for a documentary about Melania Trump. So much more than the second highest bidder and so much more than they typically pay for a documentary. Could it be about the fact that Amazon had many antitrust issues in front of now the Trump administration, or the fact that, as we know, he wants to get to space, and that also requires government approval? Now, major tech and media companies, according to the New York Times, also have paid $90.5 million to Trump in settlements. As we know, he sued over his 60 Minutes. The idea that they edited the interview, like all interviews get edited, and they went ahead and paid it. They paid it because they wanted the FCC under Trump to approve their $8 billion with Skydance, which Trump did after, of course, they were paid by, he personally was paid by CBS, $90 million personally paid to him from settlements, from his lawsuits. Qatar, as we know, infamously gave him the $40 million jet that Trump admits he plans on taking after the White House. He says he plans on using it in his presidential library. Who knows? Whatever it is, he's taking it. And that is $400 million. And then the largest sum, according to the New York Times, that Trump is making since his presidency is through cryptocurrencies. $867 million he has made through cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies, by nature, already have very little transparency. And then on top of it, you have the fact that Trump has his own cryptocurrency. And so corporations, personal people, countries know the way to Trump's favor is through his cryptocurrency. So much so, in fact, that the United Arab Emirates investment firm announced plans to deposit $2 billion into a Trump cryptocurrency firm, which gave the cryptocurrency massive credibility and value. That was not an accident. And evidently, according to the New York Times, on the other side of that deal, the United Arab Emirates received access to advanced chips, which otherwise they were not going to receive because of their relationship with China. And on the other end of the deal, Trump pardoned somebody who was convicted of fraud. He's making money left and right.
It is staggering, a figure of nearly 1.4 billion. I mean, it's closer to 1.5 billion. It's incredible. Did it surprise you?
It's absolutely shocking. I think it's been shocking every month. I mean, I studied Donald Trump's finances, including obtaining his tax returns with some colleagues for over a 20-year period. And this amount is really greater than the sum total of everything he made from his inheritance, from being on The Apprentice, and from all the licensing deals while he was on The Apprentice.
It's more than he ever made in his whole life.
I think it's those things were his big profit centers because his business performance was uneven.
Right.
So those three things that require really his golden days. This is more than that, all in 1 year.
And this is just the first year. It seems like there's no reason why. I mean, they're open for business.
They're open for business, and they've been expanding things on a regular basis, especially into cryptocurrencies. They recently just transformed their social media company into a Bitcoin repository company, which is a cryptocurrency, and now they're moving that into some sort of power generation company. But they are just rapidly trying to gather every sort of business that they can.
Just those sources turn into this $1.4 billion that he's made since the beginning of the year. New York Times pointing out that amount of money equals over 16,000 times the median U.S. household income. But let's not forget about all the other corporate grifts that wasn't even part of this accounting. The fact that his inauguration committee raised hundreds of millions of dollars from corporations who wanted special favors for him. What about the club, right, that his son has started in DC, that they make money off of access to it? None of that is included. How about the fact that Trump says out loud that he plans on depositing the Venezuela oil money to a Qatari bank so that way Trump himself can control who receives it? Will there be kickbacks? Again, lack of transparency. There's the many, many more numerous grifts and corrupt practices by Trump aren't even going into the $1.4 billion that Trump is receiving as the fact of holding that position in the Oval Office. All of the time as Trump allowed the tax credit subsidies for healthcare to expire, all while he cuts Medicaid access to healthcare while people are dealing with life and death illnesses. The fact is, he doesn't mind that oligarchs receive tax credits and don't pay their fair share because he considers himself an oligarch. And this is just year one. Never mind what's going to happen in future years. Make no mistake, Trump does not care about the American worker. He is more than willing to profit over the power we have given him temporarily. At the same time, he has done not one thing to actually help the pocketbooks, the household incomes. Instead, he's done the very opposite. He's only hurt their economic interests.
How much wealthier are you now than when you returned to the White House?
Well, I don't know. The deals I made, for the most part, other than what my kids are doing, they're running my business. But most of the deals that I've made were made before. And that's what I've done for a life. I built buildings. Like I'm building a building here. You know where I'm building? You know what? You see that area? Yeah. That is going to be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world. And for 150, so it gives me pleasure to do it for the country. And I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it. The country's not, and that's an expensive ballroom.
But is it appropriate?
I think it'll cost $250 million. And it will be, I think, the finest ballroom. So for 150 years, John, do you know this? They've wanted a ballroom. Yeah. And now they're going to finally have it. And it's going to knock your socks off.
But is it appropriate, President Trump, that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity?
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone.
Well,
go ahead, John.
Okay, maybe you
can set a nicer tone.
When the UAE does a deal, what does it want in return?
Quiet.
New Meidas merch. Head to store.meidastouch.com today and get yourself the best pro-democracy gear and show your support. That's store.meidastouch.com.